So you've hit $10,000 a month. So what do you do next? This is the goal that you've been working on achieving for so long. By now you have clients, you have a way of bringing new clients in, and so it's time to start scaling. So where should you go first? Well, ultimately, the first thing to do is congratulations, you are now a six-figure earner, and it's time to start really building a true business, because oftentimes what got you from 0 to 10K is basically just through hustle and hard work. But what's gonna get you from 10K per month to 100K per month is not gonna be that because you're gonna have diminishing returns and things are gonna get very, very busy very quickly if you keep grinding. So the first and most important thing to do is make sure that by now, if you're doing all of the one-on-one client work and all of the fulfillment, that can't go on. And oftentimes people think, well, because they are the one-on-one service provider, they're the coach, the consultant, the agency owner, it means that they can't do one-to-one anymore. They need to switch to a group coaching model. But you don't need to do that. One-to-one doesn't have to mean it's you working with the client. It can mean that you can bring a team member into your business who can then do the client fulfillment. So here's what I like to do with my clients at Impact School. Ultimately, you figure out what outcome you're best at taking people to. And then from there, you reverse engineer that and turn that into an online course. And inside of that online course, you have particular action plans every single step along the way, which are step by step, right? So it means that someone can easily be inserted into your team to support your clients through those action plans. A great example could be, let's just say you're a relationship coach and you help people find long-lasting love using Tinder, whatever, something random. Well, something that you could do is you could get them to optimize their Tinder bio. Same thing could be if you're a business coach, right? You could help them optimize their Instagram bio. They then go ahead, they watch the trainings that guide them through step by step how to do it, and then once they're done, they can then submit it in to you for review. Now, the beautiful thing about that is that when that work is submitted into the review, then you can have someone from your team follow an SOP, a standard operating procedure, that guides them on how to give feedback. And the great thing is that over time, your team member is going to become even better than you in that one area, because that's what they're doing all day, every day. And obviously they don't just have to do it for one area, but that's just an example. So what I do with my team is that when our clients come in, they have a mentor, and then that mentor is going to be the one who's going through them, the whole program with them, to actually give them the feedback and the critique. And so my team and we are all there to support as well. But it just means that I don't have to be the one doing all of that one-to-one fulfillment, and the clients actually get all the one-on-one help. So that's for our entry-level program for people looking to launch a impact offer and start getting in their first clients and have all the business infrastructure in place. For our higher level program, it's slightly different, right? But in order to go from 10K per month to 100K per month, you don't need to have multiple different programs, right? I'm just scaling up to the $1 million per month mark right now. That's the aim for the end of this year. So with that said, moving on. So the first thing is making sure that you have a step-by-step program, realizing that it doesn't need to be group coaching. At the same time, making sure that you have SOPs for every single part of the client fulfillment process so that you can bring team members on. So you may be wondering, well, where do I hire these people? I personally have found that all my best team members typically have been past successful clients, or they've been people that have been following me on social media for a while. But obviously, if you don't have a big social media presence, then that might not be possible. So what you can do is you can go on LinkedIn to find new team members. There are different job posting sites where you can find them as well. Lots of people jump to hiring VAs, and VAs can be great for the admin work, but when it comes to actually working with clients, you're going to want to make sure that you have people who are native English speakers from the country where you're at, and you're going to want to make sure that as time goes on, you have people who are specialized in their different seats. So one thing which you can do in order to get from 10K per month to 100K per month is also probably going to be that you're going to want to make sure that you do create an actual company structure. So what you'll do is you'll list out all the different functions of your business, right? So there's going to be sales and marketing, there's going to be operations, there's going to be finance. Within operations is obviously client fulfillment. And then from there, you need to create different seats within all of those functions and different responsibilities of all those functions, because then what you can do is you can find people to put on the seats instead of what you don't want to do is you don't want to just think, oh yeah, I kind of need someone to do this, and they can do a bit of video editing and a bit of lead gen, and they can also do some sales calls. No, that's a dangerous way to play it. You want to make sure that you put people in seats rather than creating seats for people, okay? Don't create job roles based around a person's skill. Create a job role and then put people who have the skills into that job role. So important. The next thing is that you can't be so controlling around everything that happens. You need to have someone who's doing the things like posting on social media for you, right? If you're the one that has to do it, then you're the bottleneck. And oftentimes the strength of the leader can be the weakness of the team. You have to let go of control. You have to be able to delegate, because that is going to not only just serve you, but it's also going to serve your clients better. And ultimately that means it's going to serve your team members better, because you're going to grow more quickly, which means that you can hire more people. I'm telling you, one of the most rewarding things in the world is scaling a company, because you have people come in and you hire them and you literally pay their livelihoods. It's amazing. I'm so great. I love payday. I love payday more than any other day of the month, because I get to pay my team and it just feels so good. So there's a couple more things when it comes to scaling from, 10K per month plus. And really it comes down to this. Now that your business is getting bigger, you're going to have more visibility, which means that you're going to start probably getting a few client refunds. So it's just making sure that you have, and you should have this already, but I'm giving you a bit of an audit now. You need to make sure that you have good legal infrastructure in place. It's really, really important. But to be honest, what's going to take you from the 10K to the 100K mainly is going to be the team and finding A players. And actually, if you send me a message on Instagram saying the word A player, then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send you a free course that I have. Well, it's not actually a free course, but I'm going to gift it to you for free. That's going to teach you the fundamentals to building an accountability chart, so that you can make sure that you have total clarity when it comes to who you're putting in your team, how you're holding them accountable, making sure that they have OKRs, which are objectives and key results, that they have KPIs, so that you can track their performance, right? Key performance indicators, because all of this stuff is critical. Not only that, but it's making sure that you optimize the way that you're communicating with your team, because you're going to probably want to get a bit more of a work-life balance now, because otherwise things are going to go crazy and you'll never be able to get out of that. So rather than communicating with your team via text, you're going to want to make sure that you use something like Slack. You're going to want to make sure that you have onboarding courses for your team, right? You're going to want to make sure that you list out everything that you do in your business and turn it into a standard operating procedure. So for example, let's just say you're uploading a YouTube video. Create a step-by-step checklist of all the steps that you take when it comes to actually uploading a video on YouTube and making sure that it has all the SEO and the thumbnails and things like that. And then once you finish making that document on Google Docs, what you can do is record a screen recording, listing through it and going over the steps and actually showing how you would do it by logging into YouTube and doing the screen recording there, right? All of this is so important. And it's one of the reasons why right now what I'm doing is I'm building a software whereby you're going to be able to have all these courses for your team, obviously for your clients as well, but there's going to be two sides to the software, which is very exciting, but that's not going to be for quite some time. So yeah, just send me a message on Instagram or LinkedIn saying A player, I'll get you access to that course. But ultimately, these are some of the most important things that are going to get you beyond 10K per month. And quite frankly, if you don't have just one offer, right, and you're trying to do all these many different things at once, that's going to slow you down massively. So make sure that you have your one offer, scale that to 100K per month, and then once you hit that, then you can grow beyond that. Now, the other thing is that you're probably going to have to start adding some paid ads. I personally didn't have to start adding paid ads until I was at around 300K per month because I have a strong organic following. But then as time goes on, it gets exhausting having to always post content. And so you're going to just make sure that you have a well-oiled machine. Remember, systems are there to save yourself time, energy, money, and stress. And so if you have a system to fulfill on the client result, right? That's the end point. Getting the client's results, that's the delivery. You need a system to convert those clients, so that can be, okay, turning leads into paying customers, your sales team system and sales team. Maybe you're building a sales team and getting good culture on that team. And then from there, making sure that you have a predictable method to consistently bring in new leads, okay? So that might be that you have a VSL, you run an ad to an opt-in page. After the opt-in page, they watch the video. And then from there, there's an application below where they can apply to book a call. And then that is when they then get on the call, whether it's with you or someone from your team that you're going to hire, and then they become a client on the phone, and that's that. I mean, these are the fundamental principles of scaling to that 7-figure business, and it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. You don't need to have all these different offers. Honestly, keeping it the more simple the better, and that's ultimately going to allow you to get the results quicker. So hopefully that helps, and yeah, if you need anything, you can just reach out to me, LinkedIn, Instagram, anywhere you like, and I'll see you in the next video.